guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney's second case. Talking about sisters, maybe, or something? So my thought is we're going back to the Gatewater Hotel. Oh, hello. Just good afternoon, sir. I have literally no idea what to do with his voice. Excuse me, you are... Well, I beg your pardon, sir. I'm the bellboy of this establishment. At your service, sir. Right. I'm just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is certainly using their facility. So if you have no need for anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no, hey. Why does it seem like every time I come up here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait. I almost forgot. Gah! You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her. Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corps phoned. Oh, right. Sure. Mr. White of Blue Corps? Where have I heard that name before? You know, like 2 seconds ago. For me. White was the name of the guy who ruined me and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Examine. I want it. Screwdriver sticking out. Now's my chance to see what's inside. Tots. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Definitely something suspicious about Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? Story behind all this, I know. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, for Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy. Still there? Uh-oh, time to scram. Look forward to going with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. I should have waited 2 seconds. 2 seconds, and it would have been fine. Yes. Turnabout sisters, I was correct. If I would have waited 2 seconds, I would have been in the court. Edgeworth! Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Prosecution is pretty, Your Honor. I have no clue what I'm giving Edgeworth, I'm sorry. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any sense of weakness today or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder. We have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call a first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls Chief Officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Kinda working. Witness, please state your name and occupation, I think. Yes, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please describe for us the details of the murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Why, it took 1 sentence from a different person to screw it up, but oh well. The body was found by the window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck with a blunt object. That's an interesting pick, but okay. Murder weapon was a statue of the thinker. Why is it a triangle? Heavy enough to be a deadly weapon even in a girl's hand, sir. Court accepts the statue as evidence. You're still calling it a statue. How else could this go wrong? Floor plans out of the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Could you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. You know, a name written in blood on a piece of paper is not hard evidence. It's evidence. But who knows why? As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and a lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. Witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. That one's pretty credible, though. Kind of. Always take it with a grain of salt. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright, you must begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I can see a single contradiction in this. Whoosh. Smack! Hey, why you just threw something at me? Rude! What's this? When my sister can find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it, press the witness on every detail. Witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked a lot of times. Should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tactics. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Yes, let's just fake it till we make it, because that seems right. Also, I moved my camera because of that blue bar right there. So, yippee, I guess. Ooh, I didn't check something though. Okay. Oops. Presses L. That one. Yeah, I got it. Who did you say the call came from? Hey, pal, I don't play down me, know who. Caller was from a customer at the Gateway Hotel, right across the crime scene. Not much, though. Right, please continue. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival to the scene of the crime? Right, I say about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. But also fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So tell us who took the people you found seen were. Yes, sir. Defendant. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. Wow! Nothing there. Last one. Hold on just a second. If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. I can't flip between those quickly. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. She's Pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims? Guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. The paper! Something I should have told you first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's see your testimony again. Oh, good. Again? Examine the scene of crime with my own eyes. Okay. Found a memo. Written on a piece of paper next to the word on it, the word Maya was written clear in blood. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? Because he apparently just didn't have the wherewithal to do that. Yeah, I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay. Hard evidence. I want to see if I can do something really quick. Press. And did you find any evidence? No. But all you found was the paper. That was kind of the point of me pressing that one. Are we sure about that? Have any proof that it was Mia who wrote it? Who wrote it down? Okay. I would argue that. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, Detective Gumshoe. Or detective. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard many cases now. Don't you find it a little odd that a victim would write down a name, especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. Facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order, order. I didn't go so well. That's right, what he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Yeah. The killer. The killer. Anyone can see that. Huh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, detective, tell us what was written on the memo you found. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind? Well, I hear they take a bit of, blur, oh boy, goblins. Oh, good lord, I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, your honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah? I look forward to your next evaluation. As should you. Oh, that was a mess. There's also nothing there. On which hand was the bloody finger, your detective? The right hand. She was right-handed. Nice try. Wait a second. So I can't remember how exactly this is shown, but the autopsy says single blunt force trauma, death was instantaneous, so she can't have done that. She can't have written anything. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Detective Gumshoe, there was one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Miss Maya Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Miss Fey? That's really what you're saying. Oh, what? This isn't one of your liar tricks now, is it, pal? Is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. A report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain the autopsy report? When? Day of the murder. Pretty sure it was the day of the murder. You're wrong there, pal. We didn't write enough. Oh, well, right. Whoopsie. Autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday. That's my request. Death was almost immediate due to the blood. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. Received the results this morning. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. Damn you, Edgeworth. Shouldn't known you'd have something like this up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright? You look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham! You're a sham. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard enough. There's nothing you would do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. That's a valid question, though. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. Prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder before her own eyes. Let a witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Part of her is innocent. Hey, at least I don't have to do the old woman's voice right now. Witness, please state your name. April May, at your service. What are y'all yelling about? Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. Not good. Already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. This hotel is directly across from the Fanga law offices. That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court what you saw. Where's this count? It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. One attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But the girl, she caught her up and she hit her. Then the woman with long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy. Well, Your Honor, I see it is remarkably solid testimony. I'm sorry, I get a cross-examination. Nope. Yes, I'm doing it. I want to know which way she dodged. That's what I want to know. This one. Press. She dodged. Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please continue test. No, you didn't tell me which. How did you know it was my client? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. Then secondly, she was small. Who else could it have been but her? Fine. She hit her. Cause see, she dodged. She had to have dodged to what? I want to know which side. Does this? Does not say a time. That's unfortunate. Press. Why'd you do that? Sort of, you know. I had a feeling. No. Back down. Looked out the window. I want to know which side. Okay. Sure, we'll press this one harder. She's not wanting to answer. Go for it. Surely you must have had a reason to look at your window at that time of night. Ooh. Mr. Riley, so I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with the trivial questions. They're not trivial. Really don't think that should be allowed. Yeah, stop him. Poor girl. Rude. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? Well, poor me. Whatever. Miss Mia Fey. Slender Sword. Some people might say she's pretty if it's your thing. Your thing? And the person attacking her? How do you know? Only person at the crime scene. Testimony is bulletproof. Question the testimony. Hold on a minute. The testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Mia Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. Wow, rude. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Also very rude. However, the witness testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. Well, what do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing from your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise. Ugh. Testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. What would you like to say that's wrong this time, lady? I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with a weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the statue clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Actually, yes, because how could you know it's a clock? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. I know exactly what I want to press. How do you know it's a clock? A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. How do you know? Presents. I'm surprised it's making me do this leap of logic, but okay, I guess. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You said the statue of the thinker was a clock. There's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Or, another person in much the same position as you recently called this clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Oh, the witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. Nope, no it's not. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Why? The questions are all I have, Your Honor. As you may recall, I've caught murders with these questions before. Well, only once. That's. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because... I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time. So you've been to Fanco Law Offices? No, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Law Offices of Fanco, where the murder took place. She could easily hear the clock. Nope. No, I'm not. No, Your Honor. Can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have heard it because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. Give me a second. It's empty. The clock is missing its clockwork. Sorry, I don't quite know which one I was supposed to click there. How could you possibly? Just take a look, right now. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It's as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? So as you can see, the clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you forgot one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask when the clockwork was removed. If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there's no contradiction. That's true. There's a possibility. The clock might have been emptied. Nope, false. That's exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove the clockwork was removed? Yes, I can. Ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it told you who told me proof was everything? Well, I was listening. Now I'll show you proof you like so much. this one. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Oh, you have a girly phone. Oh, wait, this isn't my phone. Listen. It's a feminine cell phone and contains a recording. No, I am not repeating this recording because, oh good lord, it is long. Also, flipping between two voices, they're not too distinct from each other. Edgeworth, are you okay? The defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. A good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. Gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the bad fellow. Let's hear the conversation. Not repeating it. Nope. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Oh. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know the weapon was a clock? Ducks. Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was it? Was that again? I go to so many. Oops. I forgot. Nope. False. Have any objections? Yes, I do. Seen it before. That directly contradicts a piece of evidence that I already submitted to this court. Made by Larry Butts. There's only 2 in the world, and the other is in Detective Gussie. This clock was never in any store. Never. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse is not on sale today. What the fuck? Why was her heart flipping? Oh, hi. What is it to you, porcupine head? This stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Why do people think the death penalty is going to all murderers now? Because, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not. Oh, that's not gonna help us. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Ducks. Oh dear. The defendants have an opinion on this behavior. Yes, Your Honor. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... you... I don't think she could have held it. Correction, I don't think I can prove that she held it. Held it. Sure. Held the very clock in her hands. When was this? When she used it to strike the victim. That's... no! Nope, false. Can't do that. That's... no! You can't do that! Ugh. Yeah, it's just you who proved. Hotel at the time of the murder. She can't prove it. My pleasure. Yes, way, Mr. Lawyer. Did the murder take place at 9? Gee, that's the exact time I ordered some room service from the bellboy. Incidentally, the bellboy corroborates the witness's story. Ergo, she was not at the crime scene. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, I figured it out. There's only one way alone, and I have proof. Wiretap. Have a look at this. What is that? I found this in Miss May's room. Yep, stole a piece of evidence. Sounds great, doesn't it? Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not? Ooh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that a witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say the weapon was a clock on the phone? Yes. Can you... oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. Did you not hear the phone conversation? Percent. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more. I'm not repeating it. Nope. Miss April May used a wiretap to listen to the conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? That's... Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defendant demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? That's Miss May. Shut up! All of you, shut up! What gives you the right? You lawyer. That's... It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? That the court has seen the real Miss April May now. Now if she didn't murder, why the wiretap? Miss May, why did you tap her thumb? Thoughts. Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant? God, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. There. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. Well, the court does not condone the defense's tone in the voice. He has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? At the time of the murder, I was in my hotel room getting room service. How could I have killed her? If you don't believe me, just ask the bellboy. What, does the defense have anything to say? Well... Call the bellboy. The defense would like to call the bellboy. Something suspicious here. I think you've sunken quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold the wiretapping has nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling on this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. Thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty with Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. Well, I'm fair with... I know what's suspicious that I'm going to find with the bellboy. Got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Wait. Nope, not wait. I know what I want from this bellboy. Okay, that's where we'll pause it for today. Because I'm overtired again. So, hopefully you all enjoyed. I'm trying my best, but my throat is hurting now. I think I'll probably do either one or two more and then pause for that. But that's okay. So, hopefully you all enjoyed. I'm enjoying the series a lot. I knew I kind of would. I enjoy these kinds of things. The voices hurt after a minute, but that's okay. So, but hopefully you all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!